Hello everyone. If you are watching this video, this is because you searched about research questions and this video came up on your internet. Here I will be describing the easiest way to develop a research question in 3 simple steps that will get you an outstanding research project and you will be able to publish it in an impact factor journal. All research starts from a hypothesis development, and hypothesis is what your research question is actually about. Research question is the basic requirement for any research project. It is based on your hypothesis and will ultimately lead to a paper that can have an impact. Here are a few features of a research question that everyone should be aware of. A good research question. A good research question should pinpoint exactly what you want to find out in your research. It should focus on your topic. It should be such that highlights your topic with precision, and the research question, which is mentioned in the methodology section, should give your reader an idea that what your research is about. Your research question should always focus on a single issue. When you focus on a single issue, you are able to study that issue in detail, you are able to highlight the problems, you are able to focus on more interventions, and you are able to highlight the geography, demography, population, each and every detail of that particular aspect. So it should focus on only one thing instead of focusing on a lot of things. Your research question should be focusing on a single aspect of the thing that you are studying. Your research question should be researchable on the internet. It should be researchable directly and indirectly and should be easily accessible. So once you have postulated a theory and you have started writing paper and you send it for publication to a journal, or you send it for approval to your institutional review board, they want to say something about the disease that you are studying or your research question. All they have to do is to input your keywords and they come up with what you are actually postulating. So the thing is, it should be easily accessible, it should be researchable, and it should not be too difficult. Being a new researcher, one of the things that lead to failure of your research project is inability to comply with the predefined timeline and inability to complete the project within the predefined or allocated finances. So your research question that you have developed after a thorough literature search and you have developed after your formulation of your hypothesis should always comply with the financial constraints and the predefined timeline of your research, otherwise your research will fail. While being a new researcher, you have to ensure that you are studying a particular aspect of some process or some disease. That's why your question needs to be specific. For example, if you need to study the viral hepatitis and its impact on your local population, so you have to define your population first. You can say that you are studying population that is visiting X hospital on specific days, like your OPD days, or you can say that the patients who come to you have all got vaccinated for viral hepatitis or something like that. So this is what defines the specificity of your question. A good research question should be relevant. It should be relevant to your field of study. It should be relevant to your environment. It should be relevant to your workplace. So there is ease in data collection. If your question is not relevant, or if your research question is irrelevant to your field of study or to your workplace or to your environment, it will be very difficult for you to do data collection, and it will be very difficult for you to get it published in journals that are recognized in your specialty. Now that we have understood what are the basic qualities of a good research question, it's time to know how we can formulate a research question. Formulating a research question is not that difficult. It is very easy. It is basically a 3-step process, and I'll be elaborating them right now. The first step is topic identification. For topic identification, you have to do brainstorming. It's easier than you think. All you have to do is observe. Observe what kind of patients are coming in your wards. Observe what kind of patients you are seeing in outpatient department. Observe what kind of complications are occurring on daily basis on surgical floor. Observe what kind of patients present in emergency. Observe what kind of surgeries you are doing. Observe what is happening around you. Observe why students are failing in exams. Observe why your research is being delayed. You can write on anything. You just have to observe and you have to identify what you want to write upon. Be a neutral observer and you will learn a lot, because The ability to observe without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence. Your research should be current. Your research question should focus on something that is happening right now. Why? Because the thing that is happening right now will be read a lot and it will ultimately get cited. There are normal things that people write about, and there are those things that are happening right now and researchers write about them. Like there are a lot of publications about COVID-19 pandemic, but people are writing about that right now even as I'm making this video. Why? Because they are observing. They are coming up with hypotheses, and they are coming up with something new, and that is increasing our knowledge about this pandemic. So you have to observe, you have to see. If you are writing about something in your own department, in your own field of research, just do a thorough literature search and you will come across something that has not been studied in the region, that no one has thought about studying in your country, in your city, in your province, in your hospital. Just make your research unique and it will be a hit. Be fearless in pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. This is very, very relevant when setting a research question, because the research question should be related to a topic that interests you. It should be relevant to a topic that makes you think. So always come up with a research question that makes you do more, that makes you do research, that makes you think. Because if your research question is boring, or you yourself are not interested in your research question, then no one else will read it. If you want your research to be read, if you want your research to be discovered, you yourself should have a personal interest in developing the research question. You yourself should be fully invested in developing a research question. Like I have discussed just now, your research question should be current. It should be about a disease that is new, that has not been seen before. It can be related to any infections that were never seen before. It can be related to any new form of disease. It can be related to any new pattern of disease. It can be related to anything that has not been seen before, but you are seeing it in daily life now, so you should write about it. And you should formulate a research question. Why you should write about it? Because getting published gives you recognition. Now that you have identified your topic, the next step is finding background information on your topic. You can find background information by doing a thorough search of internet and relevant databases. Before starting the database search, identify keywords. Ideally, you should search the database with 4 to 6 keywords. There are many databases that you can search, but I will recommend Google Scholar and Microsoft Academic. And in addition, you can also search National Library of Medicine, you can search Zenodo, you can search OpenAir, you can search libraries, repositories, and you will find a lot of published work. But I'll recommend that while doing database search, always stick to latest published research that has been published within last 5 years. While doing a literature search, you should have a list of 4 to 6 keywords. These keywords are basically words or phrases of text that help search engines identify the topics that you are searching. There are sophisticated algorithms for search and for analysis, and they save you time, but you should be familiar with the keywords. You can find keywords on Google Scholar, you can find keywords in Mesh database, or you can define keywords of your own, but you should have a list of 4 to 6 keywords to save time during literature search and to stay on the topic that you are conducting research about. While you are doing search on the internet, instead of searching the internet, I will recommend that you search databases. There are a lot of databases that you can search, but always search academic databases. Academic databases are of two types: the internet databases and the libraries. Every college, every institute, every university has a dedicated library where you can search, and if you are having any difficulty, you can search other databases like Google Scholar, like Microsoft Academic, like National Library of Medicine, Zenodo, and many others. So all you have to do is to do a search, and you have to search them in a proper way, and I'll be elaborating that right now. Time is money, and time is something that is always short. So while doing literature search, while doing database search, to save time, all you have to do is to search the relevant database. Google Scholar, Microsoft Academic, they are excellent databases, but they have a lot of papers from various principles, from various specialities. So if you want to do research about a particular principle, for example, if you are doing search in medicine and allied, I will recommend that you should search National Library of Medicine. If you are doing search in engineering, you should search IEEE in addition to Google Scholar and Microsoft Academic. So this will save a lot of time and will ensure that you have the latest research at your hand while you are writing your research question. Another thing that you should do while working on your research question is narrowing your research. When you narrow your research, you save a lot of time. So now I'll be telling you how you can narrow your research, and please focus on this section because this is going to save a lot of your time. You can narrow your research with the help of Boolean operators. If you don't know how to use Boolean operators for your search, I have added a link in description on my video on database search using Boolean logic. Do watch that, and if you want to learn research methodology, please do subscribe to my channel. Further, by defining geography in which you are going to conduct that research, by defining the culture or the population, and by defining a particular timeline and adding certain characteristics that you want to study. So this will narrow your research question, and once you have done all that, you will have developed a research question that will help your paper stand out. Remember, only those papers get published that have got something unique to offer, that have got something different to offer, and they not only get published but they get read and cited as well. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you like it. And if you have any queries in your mind, please do ask in the comment section. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. And I would love to get in touch with you, so do let me know what kind of research queries you have in mind, and I would love to answer them. Thank you so much.